guys, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Monica and I post videos on money, travel, and lifestyle. And if you are interested in topics like those, you already know what to do. Be sure to subscribe down below to the channel. Of course, also like this video and definitely turn on your post notifications to join this community of people who are learning all about the stimulus checks. There is so much going on in the world of stimulus, and today's video, I really want to just break down what is happening. So today's video is a stimulus check update on the second round of stimulus. What's next? What's going on? So much confusion. So I'm here to break it down, make it very simple. I've been reading my comments. Some are saying, when is the next deposit going to be made? What happened to the second round of stimulus checks? Are we going to get more checks? Are we going to get more checks in May 2020? Where are the checks at though, Monica? So here we are. Let me break it down for you in this video. So this is what's happening. The House passed the HEROES Act on Friday, and in order to get more checks, the Senate needs to approve it, send it to the White House for the president to sign, and then it becomes law. Meaning we will receive more checks. But unfortunately, in the world of politics, it is not this simple. So what's most likely going to happen is the Senate receives this bill, they make changes, they put parts in, take parts out, it's sent back to the House of Representatives for them to vote on, and then it goes to the president. Now the issue is there are a lot of what senators call pet projects in this bill, which are causing some delay. Pet projects meaning there are parts of this bill that have nothing to do with the virus or stimulus, they just include Democratic agendas. Now, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell calls it a big laundry list of pet projects, and I do agree this bill should be more focused on helping the people and not on everyone's different agendas. So in order to know what's most likely going to be in the next bill, let's first hear what Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has to say.
And our red line is going to be liability protections for those who are brave enough to begin to open up the economy again in the wake of the trial lawyers who are descending already on hospitals and doctors and businesses. As of about a week and a half ago, 771 lawsuits had already been filed. So we're working on a narrowly crafted protection from liability for things directly related to the coronavirus, and that will have to be a part of any package, because if we're really going to get the economy up and going again, people have to be brave enough to begin to engage in economic activity. How about the presidents of universities? Are they willing to open up for the fall? Or are we going to have another period of time where not only K through 12 students, but potentially college students are still at home? All of those questions need to be answered by the fall. Liability protection will help provide the answer.
Now, Republicans are definitely saying, let's help the people, let's help small businesses, but small businesses are not going to open if they do not have liability protection. It's very easy for an employee or a customer to come into a store, touch something, touch their face, now they contract the virus, or maybe an employee contracts the virus from going back to work, and now they can very easily sue this small business. Actually, there's been so many more lawsuits in terms of small businesses since this whole pandemic has begun, so we want to make sure that we protect small businesses. But honestly, what's going to help small businesses more than government bailouts is consumer spending, having people come to their store, buy things, support their business. So I know that the government is like PPP, EDL, we gotta crank out this money, help our small businesses. But as I said, what's really gonna help is having consumers come in, but they're not gonna wanna open their stores and get the ball rolling if they can easily be sued for things related to the virus. I mean, what business would want to open if they're not protected legally, especially in the midst of this pandemic? Another thing is you can also tell what's important to a member of Congress by their constituents, and most Republican states have a lot of small businesses, meaning that's what Republican leaders will want to focus on. So on one hand, Mitch McConnell is saying, let's get this thing going, let's help our small businesses, let's go. On the other hand, he's saying, let's wait, let's see how the first 3.5 rounds of stimulus went before we go cranking out more money. But unfortunately, people don't have time to wait. People are choosing between medicine and rent. They're choosing between rent and food. These are not the type of decisions you should be making in a crisis. This is not the time for us to sit back and kind of wait till after Memorial Day recess to see what's going on. But unfortunately, that's most likely what's going to happen. They're going to look at this bill and really dig into it after Memorial Day recess. So we will most likely see a new bill pass and checks beginning to be rolled out next month. I'm saying around the end of June, probably mid-June, we should see checks start rolling out and things start moving. And that's of course if they do include stimulus checks in the next round of stimulus. But I'm pretty sure that most, if not all, congressional leaders know that we need at least one more round of stimulus to really get us going. Personally, I think we should have stuck with the $2,000 a month stimulus checks. We should have done that for 3 months until we could find a safe way to reopen and get the economy going and get people back to work. But unfortunately, I really don't think people want to spend that much money. But the truth is, if we're going to spend $3 trillion on a package, I think you could bump up that stimulus check money and also maybe decrease in other areas. Maybe we don't need money for all of this cannabis banking, and there's also money in there for protecting people from cross-contaminating with animals. I mean, this virus started in China. We never had a problem like this in the US before. So I don't think we need to be focusing our money on things like that. Granted, you know, we did get this virus from China with the bat situation, but we could probably decrease our money in a lot of other areas. I do think this next package, it's gonna be a big one. It's going to be a big one. It's definitely gonna be more than the last one, maybe equal. We will see what Congress decides. But if we're gonna be spending trillions of dollars, you really need to make sure that the people who are paying tax dollars, paying the congressional leaders, they are the running force of this country. You need to make sure that they're okay. And unfortunately, with unemployment getting so high and people not being able to keep more of their paycheck, I know they talked about payroll tax cuts. You know, people are struggling, so we need to get the ball rolling, Congress. And one thing we know for sure is this bill will not pass in its current form. We're aware of what the Democrats want. We're also aware of what the Senate Republicans want. And the current state of this bill is not going to work for the Republicans. We already know that. So they're definitely going to break this bill apart. Now, in terms of a timeline for them getting to this bill, some Senate Republican representatives have said any future aid package won't come until after May 25th, Memorial Day recess. After May 25th seems to be the date. So I'm assuming, as I said, they're probably gonna look at this bill either next week or the first week of June. So now that we know what the Senate wants, I'll assume they're gonna take out what they consider to be pet projects like the cannabis banking and anything else that doesn't have to do with the pandemic. They'll definitely add something for liability protection for small businesses and most likely a plan for reopening. Already here in New York City, we are going to begin reopening next month, sometime in mid-June. Now, I know a lot of states around the country are starting to reopen, and what's happening is, according to the news and according to scientists, they are saying there is an uptick in cases. More people are getting the virus since we began this reopening, so we shall see what's to come. Most red states want to reopen, so we know red states want to open. We know they want liability protection, so I will be surprised if something about reopening and small businesses is not included in the next package. Personally, I really think we should revisit this $2,000 a month stimulus check. I don't know if we're actually going to revisit it, but I think we should. I think you all should sign the Emergency Money for the People Act. What happens is the more signatures we get on this petition, the more Congress is aware of what the people want and the more likely they are to really address it and maybe consider even including it. Now, the main reason why Republicans may not want to have monthly stimulus checks is because it makes people not want to go to work. If you can go home and make more money at home from unemployment than you get from going to work, why would you go to work and put yourself at risk? Why would you get off your couch, wake up early, and go clock in? It makes no sense. I know a lot of friends now who are making more money on unemployment than they did when they were back at work. So I'm sure they are very much so in favor of not reopening and more stimulus checks because it makes people not want to go back to work. So by next week, we should have an update on what's going on with the stimulus and what's going on with the next package. So this was your second round of stimulus check update. Now you know what's going on. The Senate seems to be kind of dragging their feet. I think it's because they don't really know what they want to do next. We shall see in the weeks to come what will be in the next package and what's going on with more stimulus checks. So that's the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of all all this if you're in support of the monthly stimulus checks, if you just want Congress to go ahead and just cut the $1,200 check so that we can move on with life. Let me know in the comments down below. That's my favorite part of the YouTube platform, being able to talk with you all and reading your comments and the mean and the good comments. But thank you all so much for watching. Also, I apologize for the few days that I was not uploading. I'm gonna get back on track with uploading daily so that you know as soon as I know what's going on in the world of stimulus. Thank you once again for watching. If you like this video, you already know what to do. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in my next stimulus check update. Bye, guys.